What is going on, everyone? Treyarch have just dropped another dev talk for Black Ops 7, and this is going to be all about the UI and progression. So I'm assuming they're going to be showing us what the HUD themes look like for zombies. I at least hope they show that, and we're going to learn a little bit more about Prestige, like what some of the Prestige icons are going to look like. It's only a 4-minute dev talk, so I'm not sure how in-depth they're going to go, but let's check it out.
You boosted weapon leveling and overclock earn rates in the beta. How fast are they at launch? Well, we use betas to dial in our progression rates. We boosted weapon XP during the beta. You can expect it to be even faster at launch and faster than Black Ops 6. Cool. And you can also expect more consistent overclock earn rates. Whether you're using equipment, field upgrades, or score streaks, we want to make sure you're getting the overclocks when you should be, and you will at launch.
Can we see the Black Ops 7 Prestige icons? I can't show all of them today, but I can share Prestige 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, let's look at that. Okay, so they look pretty cool, I would say. I'm not one that's like that interested in Prestige icons. I don't necessarily think they're the most important thing in the game, but they are always cool to see, and I like when they're very flashy and colorful. I don't like when they're very simple and boring, and these look pretty cool. I already know people are going to be claiming they're AI generated. I don't think they are, but you know, I guess you never know at this point, but I don't think they are personally. These do look pretty cool though. They have a solid Black Ops 7 feel to them. At least the first two do. The third one is a little bit different, but I still like the look of it. And I think with Black Ops 6, they wanted to pay homage to prior Black Ops games with their icons. This game seems like it's going to be more so trying to do new things and just doing the coolest looking icons I can possibly think of. So as long as we have a lot of cool icons, I'm happy with that.
With the remaining 7 Prestige Master available at launch.
Will we have to complete a challenge to unlock the final mastery camo on each individual weapon again? No. So in Black Ops 7, unlock the previous mastery camo on 30 weapons, and you will automatically unlock the final mastery camo.
I don't like that.
It's a satisfying moment where that camo instantly unlocks on all 30 guns. No more having to go in and complete an individual challenge on each gun to get final mastery.
To be honest, I haven't camo grinded a lot in a lot of the recent Call of Duties, but I think one thing I always didn't like about some of the recent camo grinds like Black Ops 6 is that fact that you had to go back and get, you know, a kill or do some sort of challenge with every gun to just get that final camo that you already feel like you earned because you've already gotten the previous camo for every weapon. It should just be once you get every camo in the game, then there's that final camo that's just given to you across the board. So I'm definitely glad that they changed that. That's definitely a good thing. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what the challenges are themselves. They've talked about them a little bit, but they haven't gone like in depth with it. But hopefully it's a good grind. If it is a good grind, I'll definitely do it this year.
States mastery badges in BO7. Yes, as a matter of fact, we're pushing deeper into the system by providing completion rewards for those who make it all the way through their mastery.
I heard there might be a couple secret camos in
Wait. So mastery badges. He said secret rewards. Is he talking about like calling cards and emblems? I hope it's more than that because that would be pretty cool. But otherwise, I'm not too interested.
I heard there might be a couple secret camos in BO7. Can you give any hints on how to unlock those? No.
Secrets
or secrets. What about Dark Ops?
So I did hear a rumor, and I don't know if there's any validity behind the rumor, but I heard a rumor that there might be a final camo beyond each mastery camo, like a ultimate mastery camo that you get for doing all 4 mastery camo grinds: campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. If they do that, that would be so cool, but they would have to make that final camo like the coolest camo ever, because that would be the craziest thing, going through all 4 modes. I mean, look, if they do that, I might actually myself do the camo grind for every mode in this game. And like I said, I haven't done a lot of camo grinds recently, but if the game is good enough and it's fun, Warzone is a camo grind I would never have done in Black Ops 6, but Black Ops 7 Warzone sounds pretty good. They're going to bring in this Blackout experience. They're bringing an Avalon, and Rebirth is returning. Not Rebirth's already there, but Rebirth is getting a new look to it. Fortune's Keep is returning. Like, there's all these things they're doing. So I actually think doing a Warzone camo grind might be kind of fun this year. And obviously, if the multiplayer is as good as it was in the beta and zombies and stuff, I'm definitely more likely to do it if there's like a final ultimate mastery camo.
What about Dark Ops challenges? Any hints? Good luck trying to find out this year.
Can you tell us more about HUD themes? So what HUD themes
Show me the HUDs.
Is it's a global system where you can apply a distinct look and feel to your core HUD elements in multiplayer, zombies, and co-op campaign. Can we see the Zombies HUD theme coming at launch? Absolutely. Here it is.
Whoa,
it is inspired.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Here it is. We finally got the HUD. Look, it's a hell of a lot better than it was at launch. I'll tell you that. Or not at launch, in the beta. It definitely looks a lot better. It still is. Wait, I'm confused. Is this? So I'll let him talk first. We'll look at this after I let him talk. I probably shouldn't have interrupted him.
Absolutely. Here it is. It is inspired by zombies, but again, it's a global theme. We had a lot of fun with this one, and it's been crafted for the zombies game we're making.
Yeah, it looks a lot better, for sure.
A light theme behind your ammo widget, behind the squad widget, behind the mini map and the compass. And it should be a really fun thing for players to experience as they're playing zombies or any part of Black Ops 7. Are HUD presets returning for BO7? Yeah.
Okay, so going back to this, it sounds like this is just the default for zombies, the same way that there's a default for multiplayer, but you will be able to change it, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they showed this little thing here. So here's the different HUD interface themes. So you have themes and layouts. The default is, I guess, the one for multiplayer, and then Ethereum is the zombies one, basically, like the default zombies theme, which is, I guess, how that works. I definitely think, and I hope this is the case, that the Ethereum one is just automatically like selected when you load into zombies, because I want players who aren't even gonna go in the settings to have this theme right off the bat. I feel like that would make sense. But I do like the change, obviously. Now, what I was confused about, what I was questioning is obviously the look here. This is like the classic HUD look that they also had in Black Ops 6, which I mentioned before. I actually don't like the way it looks all that much in terms of the layout, just because I feel like that widget on the bottom doesn't really fit in that position in the same way that it would fit in previous games. But I think this looks a lot better than the classic HUD did in BO6, just because the perk icons are actually better placed, weirdly enough. Like, I don't know what it was in Black Ops 6. For some reason, they had the perks like kind of oddly to the right, so I actually didn't like how it looked. But here it actually looks pretty good, so I'm definitely happy with that. And in terms of the other elements, obviously it still is just, you know, the HUD from before, but I've said this before, the theming is pretty important, and adding the ether like energy stuff behind it, it does go a long way, I will say. So I think this is definitely better. Obviously, I'm not going to have the compass or the minimap there, so I'm just trying to think of like what's on the bottom. It will look a lot better for sure. I don't think it's perfect. I'm not going to sit here and say it's incredible, but it's definitely a lot better than what we had before. So I would definitely say that's a good change. Now, there's obviously going to be other themes as well, so maybe there's going to be themes that are better than this down the line. Obviously, we know the Black Ops 3 HUD is supposed to come, so we know that's going to be a thing. So maybe that HUD will be something that people want to use instead. But for me, I can be okay with this, and I'll definitely like be like, that's fine. For me at this point, I just want the classic score feed. That's like what I want now. But let's see what he has to say about the HUD presets.
Are HUD presets returning for BO7? Yes, and we've revamped the system to play nice with our custom HUD settings. As a reminder, you can turn it on and off the mini map or other HUD elements to suit your play style. And we've got a full refresh of the presets coming.
Oh shit!
Can we see more than...
Wait, holy shit, this is big. Okay, all right, this is good for HUD fans, all right? So first of all, HUD interface layouts, they got all the layouts here, obviously, just like we've seen. Classic, yeah, I think these are literally just the ones from Black Ops 6, but they probably changed them up a bit. I mean, this is also for multiplayer as well. They're not just talking about zombies here. But here they're talking and they're showing the gameplay HUD stuff. Now, I really hope this HUD is separated between each mode. Like, don't make it so if I change it in zombies, it'll change it in multiplayer. Hopefully they have that fixed for launch. But what really excites me here, right, is so there now is the ability to turn off more items than before, right? Because before they didn't have nearly as much customization here, but they added a lot. So unfortunately, medals and notifications are still connected. I don't know why. Hopefully they can change that because they should not be connected. Medals should be separate from notifications completely. But what they've added here is Gobblegums, right? So Gobblegums, you can now turn off that widget, which is good because I mentioned before how sometimes I don't like to use Gobblegums, and so having that on the screen is kind of unnecessary if you don't want that. And you could also turn off the mission tracker, which the mission tracker is, that's the Pack-a-Punch quest, like the little thing that people don't like when it's up there. You could turn that off now. So that is definitely good. That is a solid change for sure. You could turn off the round numbers and the perks. I don't know who would turn those off, but if you want to, go for it, I guess. But it is good to add this extra layer of customization. I'm definitely happy about that. But there's definitely still more changes that need to be made for sure.
Can we see more than one challenge at a time in the challenge tracker? Yeah, so BO7, we show 3 camos and 3 calling cards in the challenge tracker at a time. You can scroll to show more. Cool. And if you like the last used weapon feature that we released in Black Ops 6 that shows your next camo for the weapon you're currently using, you're going to have that in BO7 on day one.
Can we expect other remastered rewards like the remastered BO2 camos? Yes, absolutely. We are bringing back some fan favorites that you'll be able to unlock through the challenge system.
Are there going to be skin and blueprint rewards in Prestige again? Yes, definitely. Prestige is packed with awesome rewards, including operator skins and blueprints. And now that you've seen the Prestige 1 icon, we can actually reveal the operator skin and blueprint that you will get in Prestige 1. We think you're really going to love the rewards in Prestige this year.
Can we configure?
It's definitely one that's going to make the Milsim fans happy. This is literally like a direct result of people complaining about the cartoony skins. And look, I've given my opinions on these before. I'm fine with skins like this. I think you need skins like this in the game. They're important. But I also do personally prefer more flashy skins. I don't like the cartoony ones though. Like, to me, that's too far. But I do like the ones that are a little bit more like fun and vibrant. So this is definitely a skin that doesn't get me that excited. But I know there's a lot of people who are going to love this, so I'm glad they have it. I just hope that some of the other Prestige rewards get a little bit more interesting when it comes to like the colorfulness of the skins. But this is definitely a fine looking skin. I don't have any issue with it existing. And then the weapon blueprint is kind of whatever, I guess. It's kind of a boring one. But, you know, again, it's some people are going to like that kind of stuff. So I think it's fine to have that for those who prefer that type of stuff.
Can we configure presets per mode? Absolutely. It'll be available day one at launch.
Any additions to class?
Hopefully that includes Warzone too, because for some reason it didn't include Warzone before. Thank God, that'll help with so much. All right, that's good. That's huge.
Any additions to Classic Prestige? So one addition we have for Prestige Master in Black Ops 7 is the ability to unlock and customize your title and your level color. So your title is what says Prestige Master, typically, when you're in Prestige Master. But in Black Ops 7, you'll be able to complete challenges and unlock custom titles. Maybe you want to go as Executioner. Well, there are challenges you can complete to get those titles. We also have the ability to change your level color. So as you progress through Prestige Master, you're going to unlock different colors that you can equip to change the way your level shows up in lobbies and in game to you and other players.
It's a very, very, very huge nitpick right now, but I actually don't like that. It's a huge nitpick. It's not going to ruin the game. It's not going to affect it. But I'm just thinking of like how lobbies are going to look now in the UI, like having like a bunch of different colors. I think it's going to be a bit much. I kind of like the simplicity of, it's white if you're not Prestige Master, and it's orange if you're Prestige Master. I think that's like so much simpler and it looks cleaner. But I think if you're gonna have like a freaking every color in the book now in the menu, and I think it's gonna look a little weird. But that's besides the point. It's a nitpick. It's a huge nitpick.
I dig this a lot. We're super excited for you to get your hands on Black Ops 7.
We'll see you on November 14th. There's a lot to unlock.
So my thoughts on the HUD are kind of incomplete at this point, because I feel like in general, if we have like really good HUD themes that are added that are different, then I'll be okay with it. But it's not exactly what I think fans wanted. So I'm not going to sit here and say it's perfect. I still think like down the line with like the future Black Ops titles, Black Ops 8, whatever it may be, I hope they can actually just give us like a fully unique Zombies HUD, right? Not just like, okay, let's put a little purple background on the HUD elements for multiplayer. I think it should be like fully unique, right? But this is still 100 times better than what we had previously. So I'm still happy with this. And the HUD themes are probably going to look just like this, but again, with like a different color background, basically. That's probably what all the HUD themes are going to be. And I think, in my opinion, the ideal scenario genuinely would be every map just has its own unique HUD look. Like, I think that's, to me, what would be cooler. Every map has, like, Zombies as a whole would have its own unique HUD layout, but you would have unique HUD themes based on what the map is, and it would be connected to what that map is. I think that would be the ideal setup for this game, but it's not going to happen for Black Ops 7. So hopefully for the future they could do that. But for now, like I said, this is definitely better than nothing. So instead of me, sitting here criticizing it and saying hopefully they change it more, because they're not going to. I think this is probably complete at this point. They're not going to go beyond that. But I hope at the very least, we can get the classic score feed. And what I mean by that is the points popping up right next to where the points are on the screen. That is what it should look like, just like it did in the classic games. I do not want the score feed in the middle of the screen. And I also hope that the medals and notifications can be separate, because unfortunately right now they are not in the menu. So you either have to have them on or not at all. I don't want the medals, but I would like to see notifications. So hopefully you can separate those for launch, or maybe they'll update that eventually, because you could do that in Black Ops 6, but it doesn't seem like you'd be able to do that in Black Ops 7 just based on what the menu looks like. And yeah, everything else though I'm happy with. I'm happy that they are going to have the HUD themes, or the HUD as a whole is going to be separate, the separate presets. Hopefully it works good though, because it definitely could be glitchy and it could cause problems, because that's kind of what happened with Black Ops 6, to be honest. I'm also glad we can remove stuff like the Gobblegum UI elements, as well as the mission tracker thing. So there's definitely improvements that were made, and that is good all around. I'm definitely not going to sit here and act like it's all bad just because this isn't exactly what I want it to be. But I definitely, like I said, still want to make it clear that there can be massive improvements made. I just don't think it's going to happen for Black Ops 7, unfortunately. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I will see you all in my next one. Peace out.